we'll learn how we can create Next.js API or route handler, or how we can handle REST API in Next.js server in Next.js 15 and npm run dev. After that, click here, Ctrl+click on the localhost 3000, or you can just manually type it, and after that just home preview of from this h.th we are watching on the desktop. And now we'll create a API directory in here. So for handling API, you are using this source directory in Next.js, then make sure that you are writing API folder on the same directory on the page and layout level. Okay, so where you are, does not matter, but make sure that your page and layout level you are writing your API folder. I'm giving name for creating API, just to name API, but it is not required to give name API. But for understanding that I'm just creating API related task in here, that's why I'm just giving name to API, and under the API I'll create a new file, and this file name is just required for creating or handling route handling, or handling routes. We'll create a simple get method function, and we'll get method and response hello world. Okay, so whenever it 3000/API, then this get method will be called, and it is just returning a text called hello Next.js. And go to /localhost 3000/API. Oh, we're getting response from our server. So we're getting response from our Next.js API routes. At this time, not only you can pass only the text response, also pass the JSON response. Text response, it is a built-in function from Next server dot JSON and hello Next.js. Now we are passing data as a JSON for client. Is not will be automatically reflected on the client. That's because is whenever user request, then they will be able to get new data. Not only that, if client not handle it manually on the client side to get real-time data. Oh, we're getting data, and you can see my data JSON format is just well formatted. That's because I'm using an extension on Google Chrome called a JSON viewer. That's why this is the good looking of my JSON. So not only that, you can create multiple method in here to handle multiple tasks, like you can create CRUD in the same directory. That required this, and next you need to export this, create a function, and name is just required to create API app router. The get method, this is the post method for posting data from client to server. This time whenever user hit, so whenever user hit, we're getting this response from our get method, post method, post. Okay, refresh. We are getting response from our get method, but not working on the post method. So we need to we are not able to test post method or another method without using get method on directly on the browser. So we need to test it with Postman, Insomnia, or you can test VS Code with Thunder client. The search, go to extension on VS Code, search for Thunder client. Okay, you can install this and test it out in the same code base. You can test it out, but I don't prefer this. I will use Insomnia. I'll together test this post method. Insomnia, you can use this postman running Insomnia for test API as a client. Yeah. Okay. On the Insomnia, I have just created a folder called Next API, and here I have just created it. And after create a folder, it will be just navigated to this page, and we'll create here just here plus icon, HTTP request, and just right click here and rename it get post. When it is export, or URL or endpoint. Endpoint is HTTP localhost 3000 API slash this endpoint will be called route API slash route. Whenever user hit 3000 slash API, then this particular route will be called, and on the route you have two methods called get and post. Test method, and also endpoint is slash double slash local 3000 slash API. Okay, get method, and we're getting response from get method. But now let's just right click here and to able to use multiple method like post, put, pass, etc. Select post method because I have used post method at here. Moment method, and if we click here, oh, hello Next.js from post method. Not only that, we were able to pass data as a JSON or form data. Or do this. We need to create a separate route, but we need to sense it manually every time on every route. Create a new. Click here, base environment. Click edit button. Base URL. Creating a global environment. It will be saved as base URL, and this is our the key of environment variable, and this is the value that will is automatically will be saved. At this time, I is oh, perfectly saved. Click here. As localhost clone 3000. This is enough. We'll add extra route path. If typically it is saved, I'll not take. Oh, we're on it. Oh, our base URL is just set. We don't need to manually set every time. Slash API or endpoint is slash 3000 slash API, and okay, the preview of your URL what you're using. It is working. Now it method as the term ID title on just pass this as data get This full. And this message does not required. You can change it to any name and it is not required. Just understanding. We're passing this array of data. We click here to this get method slash. Okay. Oh, at this time we're getting the data. And, we are now on the client mode and we are getting the response from our server side. With client mode, you can fetch it from any application like React, Next, Vue, Laravel. So just simple get method will use post method to post data from client to server. For this, use accept request. Okay, not request to use within method test server request make function thing for using await. You will await something from getting data identifier data. What we will get from here, we'll just pass on client again. Just we're getting client data, anything else, we're not validating data. Since post protect success. Okay. What we are accepting from request.json, we are just passing and log or log it, log in, let's see data. So this is just a reserved name to creating a route or handling API route. Post method, this is get method. Now let click here, duplicate it, post data. Change to post method as API, it is body, nothing. Is we pass something. So here we will use this two most important format for like this key value pairs of data, like text key value data. We'll use JSON format. And if we need like uploading files, audio, video, etc., any media, then we'll select form data to pass from client to server. But in this case, we'll use just text data, JSON format, title, yes, and just you will be able to use fake data from testing for testing purpose, and you will, when you hover on it, then you will get what you will get, and every time you'll get new data, just random data. Oh, I got post created successfully, and whatever you pass from server to client to server, just pass to ID equal to 1. Anything else you can pass from here, like ID, title, post, you can create new products, anything else, whatever you want. So this is a simple route for getting product, posting data, and we are just logging it. Okay, so before this thing, we have we did not have any data. We did not pass any data from client to server. That's why this problem is persisted. But now it is okay. We can handle errors. Our focus not to handle parsing. It is logging, getting, and sending to server client again. Not only that, you can use post, put, as, and lot of method in same functionality. But suppose you need to create separate folder. You can create separate folder also. Create a new folder. Login hash route.tsx. In this case, remember it whenever user hit slash localhost 3000 slash API slash user slash login and not tsx, it is .ts. Must, you should must name to route.ts. It is required name. Export post also type in to out successfully. And at this case, this post method by user hit slash API slash user slash login, and this when user hit on the post method, then this method will be called and passing user login successfully and this data out. It will create new folder. Folder auth or organizing for auth related request. Here base URL automatically suggest slash API slash just follow in here slash API slash user slash login. File name must be route.ts is and function to posting data. API slash user login method pass data and will form data. We can also pass as a form data, but okay, we'll try it. What this one name is equals to a web code. Also password, any field pass, it is not required. 1256. Oh, so login successfully. Whatever we pass from client, just get response from our server. It is cool. But at this moment, okay, just it is just automatically logged in that slash user just log. Not only that, pass status code text also for one. Oh, and now it and our now 200 by default. Okay, this text will sense one is created and just send anything else, validate data or post on the with the MongoDB. You can use Prisma, anything else. At this case, we like to use form data. Client can pass also text data with form data. We'll send it data data and name, and this is the value here, this key, and this hello. If code at this time, it was nothing getting from request.json. That's because where we have form data, get this data on dot form data, and to get this data with form name equals to get and this name. Not only name, suppose you whatever you will pass from client. In this case, we are just passing name, but you will add multiple fields like name, password, email, anything else. Delete it. This we're just passing this is name. That's why getting this data. You will also get all data with the method this and more fine. Click here. Our data from data nothing without getting, we will get just empty response. Get data like data.get name and what the field you will pass, then able to get. Not only that, object dot trace data pass to name. Pass this data pass from data. So also and passing data. Whereas now we are really, just getting all data from form data and we are just passing it. Just name passing, we're passing also pass images pass. So this is here. You click here and you can pass multi-line text. You can also select file, this file, then handle form files. Another method test out parse on get out get exist route handlers. Get everything will documentation how you can get params. You can use this nested route with dynamic route. How you can get params, etc. Okay. Thing you will be get at here. Get a extended documentation at here. Get form data. Yes, you can use course route conversion, etc. routes file this file upload. This is how you can upload file like this, like form data file. Okay. See get file manually. Need to use like this. Okay. This case file route to file files is type error doesn't fine. Failed. So it means that it does not exist. You can create a file called public message upload public. Get it. Okay, well, in this case, your file name, the pass name. So why I was yes, you get file name. File. Return nothing. Okay, maybe you need to like this. No, right or out and go on this tutorial. Then get how you can upload file and test it. And on the client side, you can use like this manually. Okay. Post is very popular. 141 people like this. Test it out. Upload file. The file uploading. That's why. Before I never tried to uploading file. That's why testing this out. Oh, also you can see my file is uploaded on the directory like public slash district. Yes, and create also dynamic route and search a route. Search on it. Go to you can test on pages directory, but I'll select app router, and you can see every documentation that page and route you cannot create on the same segment, on same directory. And here you can use cookies, headers, etc. or target to use plug, like dynamic route, how you can use it. Removing it, get new plus ID. This is a dynamic route with curly braces, and your file name must be name with yes slash user slash dynamic route. Whatever user will be passed slash user slash anything, and this particular route will be created. Not, or in this case, it is not params flag. It is ID. That this what you will get, it is just for type saving, for type shifting, but this name and this must be same ID in your case. This slash user slash pass anything, particular dynamic route will be called, and get this response. It user slash one get method. Just make sure that your method when it is same is body to pass this get method. Get method does not accept body. Like it successfully. 3, 4. Anything else you will pass to get as a dynamic route. You can do anything based on this route. You can get like single user, single post, anything else. But make sure that your dynamic route name and your type name, and like you can give it to ID, anything else, anything, any name you can give it, but make sure that it is just under this parenthesis, and that you get data. So this is API route exists. Test it out. Test dynamic route, tested route, also posting data, posting files with form data.